Hey everybody. You hear me? Is this working? Hello? Yeah. Welcome. Hey Master Sword and hey Monk. So, how's everybody doing? Let me think here. So, I don't think I have any news to share for today. Nothing. Yeah, I didn't really prepare this episode like I usually do, so I just have sort of a thing that I made this morning. And we're just going to play around with it and see what we can make with it. Oh, we've got a good number of people now. Welcome, everybody. So I started making this thing with some retro-sounding synths and in Omnisphere. Oh, nice. Yeah. Hello, Red. I do remember you from Twitter. I hope I don't disappoint. I didn't plan out this episode as much as I did previous ones, so we'll see where this goes. So I got this thing. Oh, wait, I gotta set this up to broadcast. Everything looks good. Start. So that was like this really fun synth. And I made a really, really simple chord progression. Those are all fifths. Oh, Master Sword says she got her FTL Advanced Edition vinyl. That is awesome. That's right. That's some news. The Advanced Edition vinyl is now shipping, so you can get it now. So pick it up. Hey, Half Bite. And they're doing it in like limited quantities. So if you want one, getting one now is better than later because they will run out eventually. Okay, so we got this thing that I made, and we have this other thing here with the bass line. So I made this fun bass line. So that's pretty fun, right? And then I made another thing with this to go along with it. Hello, Ollie. And Crazor. And yeah, thanks everybody for coming by, and hi to everyone. Sorry if I missed anybody. Oh, we have a good number of people now. Yeah, so this is the stuff that I was working on. But I don't really know where I'm gonna go with it. I took that same bass line and did it with another instrument here. And then I took a couple of drum machines from, what's it called? Polyplex. And I'll show you guys Polyplex in a minute here. That might be fun to play around with. And I used the same drum part for two different Polyplex presets that I sort of modified. So we've got like So, okay, that's all we have. I just spent a little bit this morning coming up with these little bits here. Oh, hey, thanks, Half Bite. Yeah, yeah, the gaming live stream has so little to do with like everything else that I do that I can see how that would happen. Uh, so yeah, I've been watching the Netflix show Stranger Things, and it's really fun, and there's a lot of nostalgia surrounding it, and but I love the 80's synth, like vintage synth sound that it has in it. So it's sort of like kind of inspired from that. But first thing I want to do is organize a little. I had some feedback from some viewers saying that they felt that it was kind of hard to figure out what all these tracks were. So I'm going to start organizing a little better. So what is this? This is Polyplex, and it's called Chocolate. And then this one is also Polyplex, but it's called Basive, and I've modified it. This is a Groove Agent drum, Electropop Kit. Groove Agent 1, Electro Pop. This other stuff is all Omnisphere. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make folder tracks. So this is gonna be called, I'm gonna call this folder synth, and then we're just gonna put all the synths that we're using in it. So this is what we're using so far, and then we're gonna make a folder called drums. Whoops, no, we don't want the folder inside the other folder. Here we go. Drums. And so then we'll put these in there. This stuff we haven't used yet. But it's also like fun. It's all retro sounding stuff. This sounds awesome. Yeah, it's really fun. That's pretty cool too. So yeah, we're gonna use those too, but we won't put it in folders just yet. So the folder tracks are really just for like organizing. So I can be like, close this up. Let's put these in something else too. In fact, we could even do like we could say like synth, and then we could have another just called bass, and put the bass lines in there. So then that would be this and this. A little bit bigger. So this allows you to like close up stuff so you don't have to look at it. We'll put all the other synths in here too. If we decide that we use it as a baseline, we can just move it. So then, and then this thing, what is this? That's pretty awesome. All right, My mullet is growing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We're gonna keep that in for sure. We'll put that into synth too. So then we can just like focus on particular things. I sometimes don't like doing this because, as you can see now, like this stuff is just this big empty space between this and the base stuff. So maybe we'll put the base up on top here. Oh, Ollie's asking that square meal. These are all just presets from Omnisphere. So this is square meal. Oh, it's not quite a preset because I modified it a little, but it was 2 synths. I took one of them out, left this, and changed its sustain because it would have this sort of fade out as you played it. But I didn't want the I wanted it to fade out. I wanted to just keep playing. So we're gonna mess with this, I think. It's pretty great too. I keep hitting the wrong note. Let's grab all this stuff. Yeah, see, I don't like this already. So I've been trying to like be more organized with my tracks in general, but I'm gonna take all of these things that I haven't used out of the folder, and we'll only put it in the folder when we've actually used it. In fact, let's put them in their own folder called unused, and then we can check it out later. All right, so let's take all this stuff and move it forward a bit. Oop, and the drums. Just start with this. What do we have for this stuff? Crazer asks, what chords are you using? In this case, it's like I'm using fifths, so it's not quite chords, but we've got, it's basically like a sort of like a D minor, and then C major, I think. Yeah, and then B minor major, or B flat major. In this case, when the bass comes in, it's a different chord progression. Hey, oh yeah, Half Bite. When you're not super busy, I'd like to talk to you sometime. Yeah, just send me an email. Yeah, I got contact info. Thanks, Monk. Yeah, just send me an email if you want to talk about anything specific. Or if you have a question, you can ask it here. If it's just like a general thing, or you can ask the Ask FM page. I want to use... Alright, so we're going to mess around with this thing. So we're going to move it into the synth category. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Captain Geo asks, anyway, you could set up a camera showing your keyboard. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that. It's just hasn't been very high priority. Setting up 2 cameras and getting all that working. Just haven't really had the time to do it. I wish I could have like just even just like a virtual keyboard show up as I'm playing, but it doesn't. As far as I know, there's nothing. I should probably like do the research on this, huh? But there's like this fake virtual keyboard, but it's just like keys, like for your like computer keyboard. It's not very useful. So Halfbite, if you have like a business, if you're like a business deal you're interested in, yeah, feel free to send me an email. However, I'm definitely very busy right now. Like I can't. It's very likely that whatever project you have in mind, I won't be able to fit into my schedule. But I'm not going to say don't email me, because feel free. Because, I'm not going to just, like, say no outright. Uniting Milk asks, how many projects have you got going on? I have the live stream project, sort of, which is the once-a-week live streams. I've been trying to write specific episodes. Today's episode's really free-form, but I'm also writing more scripted episodes and, like, thinking about expanding it into videos, like doing sort of some almost like educational videos or like lectures, sort of. Usually more like advanced concepts. And then I'm working on a game called Skytorn, which is a 2D Metroid style procedural game, sort of like, yeah. Skytorn. Moobot's got it covered. Master Sword and Moobot has it covered. Working on a game called you can, if you're wondering what Skytorn is, it's been posted right there in the chat. The other game I'm working on is called Darkside Detective, which is a point-and-click adventure game, sort of in the style of Monkey Island. And then a secret thing that I can't talk about. Hopefully talk about it soon. I did a soundtrack to a documentary as well, but it's not out yet, and I'm not really sure when it's coming out. Alright, so I sort of improvised that, and I'm adjusting a couple of things here. Just a little. But hey, you know, this is part of the fun. Just sort of playing around with, whoops, no, I do not want to close the project. Playing around and seeing what happens is part of the fun of this. Let's quantize that first node at least. So then we can chop this and move it around wherever we want, like there. So yeah, 3 games, Skytorn, Dark Side Detective, and a secret thing that I can't talk about, but hopefully soon. I believe the game will be announced at Gamescom in Germany, maybe? And then I can start talking about it. It'll be awesome. The live streams, which I consider another project, and the last thing is the live show, which is me performing live at various venues, hopefully. I have been working very hard on that when I can, but it's very slow. I do not have a sequined jumpsuit, but now you got me thinking about it. Oh, Monk asks, recall you mentioned you might be scoring another film as well. Any news on that? No news. I haven't heard back from them in a while. So I presume that they're just really busy. Don't really know what the deal is. But like I said, that one in particular is really, really up in the air. So let's see here. Bass is like kind of a purpley thing. Synths, we're gonna say, is like orange. And drums are gonna be like that pink. We don't need the drums right now, so we'll close that up too. Snack Style says, "Hey Ben, what do you use for symbol splash transitions and rises? I seem to recall you showing off a library in the previous stream, but I couldn't find it again." I believe what you're talking about is Rev. Look up. I know Rev is not a very good word for search. Rev sound library, I guess. Oh, it's output. That's not a very great name either. But just look up out here. I'll just paste this in here. They make Rev and they make a bunch of other instruments, and they are all fantastic. They also made this thing called Signal that I love, and I really want to get. I basically want every single thing that they make because it's always really good. I believe that's what you heard. If I was doing like rises with a crash at the end or whatever, that was probably Rev. For just cymbals, though, I have just like a million drum libraries. Thanks, Master Sword. I'm glad you like it. So I'm thinking, you're hearing it here first. I'm thinking of doing, inspired by watching Stranger Things, thinking of doing like some kind of 80s inspired synth pop kind of album thing. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it or not, but I'm considering doing it. And if I do, this might be a track that's on it. It seems like it'd be a fun project, and I could probably do it fairly quickly, and wouldn't really interfere much with my other projects. Whoa, what was that? Okay, now it works. Not really liking that. Let's try that again. Oops, I kind of fucked that up. Well, it started out really good. What happened? Oh, Captain Geo asked, what happened to Glowing Mind? All the live stream original tracks that I've been working on are... Okay, so I've had kind of an issue with the live stream music in that I'm not really happy with the quality of what I produce on the live streams. Like, the quality takes a hit because I'm like multitasking. And as we all know, multitasking makes you do like lower quality on everything that you're doing. So I don't like the quality of like all the tracks, although Glowing Mind did come out pretty well. Glowing Mind's pretty much done. So the idea is that I'm going to edit them, like revise all the live stream originals, which is like Glowing Mind, and then there are a couple other ones. There's one called like Cinema Trance, and something else, I forget what the name of it is. But, Colored Lines. The idea is that I'm going to edit them, like revise and edit them, maybe on the stream. Maybe I'll just do like a very quiet stream where I'm just like revising and editing, and hopefully that will be like valuable to you guys. And then we will do another special live stream, which is like where I talk about mastering. And we'll master all the tracks that we've done, and then eventually they will end up on an album, a special live stream album. So that's the plan for Glowing Mind and the other live stream original tracks that we've done. I don't like that either. That's more like it. That's not at all what I wanted to do. Maybe I could just... Oops, what was I thinking there? There we go. Yeah, sorry, rewind, Mike. All the software is really expensive. Professional music production is not cheap. But you can do a lot with cheap software, so don't forget that. We're going to turn this down to... Actually, I'm going to do a lot of things. So this thing sounds cool, but it's like takes up way too much of the frequency spectrum, as you might have noticed. It's like really, really... Even when it's turned down, as you can see here, it's turned way down, but it's still like very dominating. As you'll notice, look at this. It takes up the whole frequency spectrum. It is at every level. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the filter trick, where we just filter out a lot of lower stuff. Whoop. See how that sounds. Ooh, that last part's awful. What was that about? Oh, yeah. Still not 100% in love with this. Yeah, GarageBand is great. Like, I don't... Why isn't this... Oh, I see. I see what I did. Why does it have a delay there? I'm going to take this out for now. I'm not really too into it. Uniting Milk asks, how do you keep persisting with one song until it sounds good? I always run with one song until I hit a point where I get frustrated and I give up and start something new. That is just going to be experience. Keep it simple. Just try to make something simple and If you start getting frustrated, don't feel bad about just ditching it and starting a new thing. And just like come back to it later. Come back to it the next day. You'll have new ideas when you come back to pieces that you've already ditched. A good example of that is the Zoltan music in FTL. I was having such a hard time with that track, and I eventually just gave up on it. And then I came back to it like a month later and like fixed it, and it turned out awesome. And now it's a favorite of a lot of people. So yeah, I just say like if things start to get rough, just like put it away and work on something else, and just keep making new stuff. Just it's important, especially early on, to just never stop working. Make stuff every day, even if it's terrible. Just don't worry about it being terrible. I give you permission to make terrible stuff until it gets great. What's this? Ooh, I think we can make something cool with that. Let's give that. I want to just have like a big loud like with like a long tail to it. But that's not long enough. So okay, let's listen to like Omnisphere is made up of A and B pieces. Like one instrument has an A and B element. So it's like two synths, two samples, a combination of a synth and a sample, whatever you want it to be. And then you have FX that you can layer on top of that. So let's listen to the. What is this then? Okay, yeah, it's just two very similar things. Yeah, this is really cool. So we're going to try and give this a really long release for both of these. Yeah, it sounds a little better. Let's make it a bit longer though. So up the decay a little so that a little stronger. Don't really like that, but that sounds pretty great. Evil Timmy asks, do you ever create sound patches from scratch? Sometimes, but not very often. Usually anything I make is not going to sound as good as like taking a preset and modifying it. Still not very. I'm so bad with ADSR. What if we just bang, put it up at the top? better. Oh, Captain Geo asks, how do all your tracks groove so well? It's a combination of using really nice presets and knowing how to make velocities good. These are the velocities of the notes. And being able to play with decent velocity. Like, yeah, it's some of it's hard to explain, but like a lot of it has to do with the velocity of notes. That's like a huge part of like a groove sounding good. And then like just having listened to music for so many years and like studied it, and I mean, a lot of it's just like I know it's not encouraging, but it's just like the experience. I've been doing this for like 15 years, so that helps a lot. I think I want to add some reverb to this too. That's really loud. Maybe we'll do... We can turn this up. Yeah. Ooh, that's not good. Turn off that live thing. Oh yeah, this thing. This would be for later in the track when things get more heated up. This is way too much for the beginning. At least in the way that we're setting this up right now. Should probably save. There we go. Evil Timmy asks, do you ever listen to John Carpenter soundtracks? Yes, I have. Not a whole lot, but I am familiar with this stuff. I was even asked for Darkside Detective to use John Carpenter as an inspiration. So yeah, that should be cool. Let's see here. That sounds pretty cool. That's where I get a little bit... I think I was onto something, though. This is not cool. Quantize. Oops. Oh, cool. He's touring now. That's neat. He's a pretty prolific guy, huh? Sort of feeling my way through this. This is not my usual, not necessarily how I do this every time. Try something different here. It's actually pretty cool, huh? Turned out well. Not perfect though. Well, let's just stick with it for now. Move on. Spending too much time on one thing. Maybe we don't need that for now. Yeah, I still don't really like that. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Just regular roomworks. Discard. Oh, I don't know. Let's try church reverb. Turn it down a bit. Give it more high. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it sounds good for now. Alright, I like that comment about Bob Ross. Gotta make a decision. Yeah, it's important to not get too hung up on any one detail. Hello, Berserk. Oh, United Milk has a question. What would your first loop library or synthesizer purchase recommendation? Or what would be your first? Beyond Cubase's built-in stuff. Well, I don't use loop libraries, but synthesizer. So the way I started was like originally I had like hardware synths, which I don't recommend necessarily unless you're really into hardware synths and that's where you're going with. But so like I started out, I had like my first synthesizer was a Korg, micro Korg, I think it was called. I got a lot of use out of that. Yeah, micro Korg. But if you're doing software, I recommend it on my page to get Retrolog because it's like a nice simple synthesizer. But I haven't used it that much. Retrolog is made by Cubase, or made by Steinberg, which also makes Cubase. Retrolog. But it's like, if you just want like a simple synthesizer to get started with, that might be a good place to start. Let me give you the link here. But if you really want to like save up money and you really want to like jumpstart your music making, that you should get Complete. Here, and I'll show you that too. Complete is the best deal in the music industry, hands down. There is no better deal than this. You will get tons of synths, tons of sample libraries. It's amazing. If I'm really going to be honest and recommend like the best thing to start with, that really is the best thing. I got it back in 2010, and I still use it to this day, and it definitely helped like jumpstart my career. Hello, Demobot. Yeah, it's definitely a good deal to get complete. You should, like, it is, like I said, it is the best deal that you can possibly get for synthesizers and stuff. Hey, lots of people from around the world. Hello, Devo from Russia and Tommy from Italy. That's awesome. Mendicant asks, are you quite familiar with hardware synths? Not particularly, no. I used to use hardware synths, and they're too clunky and too big, and they're big, expensive, clunky, and they don't integrate with software very well. So you have to like actually, like with this software, I can have everything being played in real time so that I can edit anything I want immediately without breaking anything. But with like hardware synths, you have to record each thing, and if you don't like it, you have to go back and re-record it, and everything's a lot slower. So I do everything in software. I've used a few hardware synths here and there, but in the past, but not really anymore. I'm pure digital now. Pure software. Hey, and Uniting Milk's in New Zealand? That's awesome. Yeah, I tried to place this live stream in a way that's like just about anyone in the world can watch it. That's like this specific time is like it's pretty good for just about everybody. This thing. What if we just doubled this thing? Oh, let's just skip ahead a little. Extend these out a bit. Yeah, I thought I would really like this synth, but I'm not digging it that much. Tommy asks, "What are your PC specs?" That is Monk has supplied a link, and there's a link in the on the Twitch page too. Yeah, let's just record that. All right, let's re-record that because that recording was terrible. So, that's another lesson, I think. I just recorded that. Like, I wasn't 100% into it. Like, I'm like, I don't really know if this is the direction I want to take this. I don't really know if I really want this. But it was solid. Like, it was a melody. It worked as, like, kind of a loop. So I just recorded it anyway. I may not use it. I may put it away for a while. But you never know when you've like written a new part of the song that like these other things that you wrote earlier might actually fit like way better than you were expecting. So yeah, if you have an idea, just like write it down, put it in there anyway, and just like, you know, mute it immediately if you don't plan on using it. Because you never know when it's going to come useful later. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I kind of want it to be, so let's modify this a little bit. I want it to be a little bit more, oops. Let's see what this, oh, this is just the cool, like, sound effects part of it. And then this is, what if we'd made it a little bit longer release? Doesn't really, oh, because it's a sample. It's not a synth. Let's find a new synth to do this with, or let's finish this melody. I want it to be 4 bars, not just 2. So we're gonna have the same rhythmic pattern. The notes are going to have the same rhythmic values, but we're going to change the melody. So it played once like this. You saw this already. You know, let's just combine these. So you saw this first. Let's also put in a marker here. I need a marker track. Marker track. So marker track is just little flags that you can place and then go to later. So we can be like, go here. Going to also loop this section, and then yeah, so we make this section here. This is like the transport markers, and then we set it up to loop. Now we can just edit this forever. So this I want it to go up. Hey, Berserk, that's great. I'm so glad that you're doing better. Uh, glad you like weathered that storm. And thanks for letting me know. I hope that my positive attitude can help people. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Recursion. Hmm. That doesn't work. That's not gonna work either. But let's hear it anyway. It's not the worst, but... Whoa, whoa. Yeah, perfect. All right, so we got this cool melody, but I want to have a different instrument play it. So I want to have something with like a nice long tail to it, long release. So we're gonna load up Omnisphere again because I'm just in love with the Omnisphere. And now we're gonna look through. Maybe synth poly? I kind of like this, even though it doesn't sound very 80s. It sounds more 90s. Whoops. Well, let's just hear how it sounds. I don't think it's gonna work, but whatever. Yeah, that's too weird. I'm not doing it. Or we'll keep that in there, actually. What am I talking about? This is not... I can also look through... There's so many crazy stuff. So many crazy things in the retro library. Oh, there it is again. We already have this. We could do that. We could do the... could do this. Like, could just reuse the same instrument we've been doing. But these need to be all shortened. Oops. Let's hear what this is like. Oops, that's too low. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice if we can make it work. We might want to make a copy of this with a stronger attack. Yeah, it's nice and it's like perfectly like kind of cheesy sounding for the 80s style that we're going here. So we're going to duplicate this track. Get rid of this because it's not going to be using that part. Delete that. And we're going to modify this so that it has a stronger attack. So we load this up. Stronger attack. Let's just crank it down to the bottom there. See what that's like. That's pretty cool. Why does this one sound funnier? No, it just sounded funny that one time, I guess. So then the fun thing is because I originally made it with this, we can just like have it come in later. Be like, keep this going. Whoops. If it didn't loop, that is. Let's try also getting rid of this. We can also like add some, my favorite, some delay. Yeah, Dima, you should definitely do music live streams because not many people are doing it. Now's the time to get in on it. Sorry, recursion. Yep, I added delay, which makes it hard to arrange. Doesn't actually need to be in there the second time either. So I'm just gonna get rid of that for now. Actually, you know what? I don't even think I want to repeat that the second time. Oops, actually, let's keep that, but mute it. And what was this? Oh, right. We hadn't really... Let's just delete that. Whoops. Not duplicate. Delete that and delete this. Woo! I'm good. Got in my daily sneeze. Man, this is turning out pretty awesome so far. Yeah, no, I don't really know where to take it, but Dima, I think Dexort would be pretty good because it has an X in it and a D. D's and X's are really strong letters and for speaking, and also it would be easy to search for because it's unique, at least as far as I know. It's pretty unique. Recursion says add drums. We will add drums. Oh, you probably haven't seen all of it yet, but there's other stuff too here. So we have this where I used the same bass line but with a different instrument, and then we have some drum parts here, and we'll play those. We also have this, which I love the very 80s sounding snare on this thing. So yeah, that's what we'll get to eventually in the track, but right now we're still focusing on the opening parts. This is turning out to be very similar to Glowing Mind, actually. I want to do a thing that may not be very 80s sounding. Oh, this unused stuff needs to leave the unused section, huh? So we move it here to synth. And this will be in, we'll put this hit in bass for now. I might do a third category of like one shots and put this thing in, the dark, this sound. I might put that in its own folder of like one shots and stuff for later. But right now we'll just keep it in bass. So we'll close this unused thing for now. I guess this is more readable, huh? It's much easier to see what's going on with the folders, I think. Still not sure if bass should be below synth or above it. In this case. You'll notice I have this part turns down when this melody comes in so that it doesn't overshadow it. So I kind of want to have another lead come in after this part. Some kind of square wave thing. Let's see what Omnisphere has. This is my answer to everything these days. I'm glad that I can be helpful to one person and not so helpful to someone else. You know, I like to go for variety on this show. Let's see here. We want synth mono. Whoa. So there's gonna be a lot of weird ones. We'll turn this down a little. Oh, we got a square. Something like this, yeah. I want the... I don't really care much for that mod wheel. I want it to kind of... I would much rather the mod wheel add vibrato. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. But I don't actually know how to program the mod wheel on... Must be this. Some kind of modulation thing. Keep doing that. Sorry. Does that show up on yours too? I'm not even really sure how I'm doing that. Yeah, it does show up on yours. Yeah, it needs more expression. Well, this is a good start. It's still a little... Let's quantize it because I don't care. Why don't I like this? It sounds... Is it this? Maybe it'll sound better if I have it down. Still not 100%. What's going on? That sounds cooler, for sure. Recursion asks, hey Ben, what's that thing Cubase does with recorded MIDIs where it smart snaps to a designated beat subdivision? So I'm not sure if you're referring to quantization. which is when, yeah, you hit a button and it just snaps immediately there. Or iterative quantization, which you switch this and it will move it a certain percentage closer to it. Watch this, you can see it here. So this particular note is off, right, by like this much. With iterative quantize, you hit this button and it'll start moving closer by a certain percentage every time you do it. It's very useful for fixing your terrible rhythm if you happen to be me. But yeah, quantization is the term used for that, for snapping notes to their proper timing. Oops, I gotta turn the quantization back on because I'm trying to place notes now. So there's two separate quantizations in this particular case, is like where you can place a note and you hit a button and it moves it properly. And I also have this, which is snap, which is when I just place a note, it automatically places it in the right spot. Like I can't place it in between, but I can turn that off. You can see it just went gray, and then I can just place wherever. Actually, maybe we can do... No, it has to be on the instrument. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get this mod wheel working with Omnisphere and how to edit that. It must be something really obvious. It's like right here, but I don't know what it is. Oh, here we go. Nope. Thought that was it. I was wrong. That's for the sustain pedal, which I don't actually have hooked up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research because I want to be able to like get like a nice vibrato to come in when it hits like longer notes. Let's listen to the whole thing, shall we? very very unsettling to have the melody just stop like that. Yeah, I like the melody. I just don't know if I like the instrument. But we did just sort of like find an instrument and use it without really like doing a lot of other, looking at a lot of other instruments. So let's duplicate this. Mute this one. We got a loop in here. This is pretty awesome. Alright, I think we're going with that one, but let's listen to these. What do these sound like? Boy, all of these sound really cool. We're sticking with this first, though. And maybe we will... maybe we'll add another one as, like, a backup or something. Let's load it up anyway. I think I like this one better. We're keeping that one too, but we're gonna mute it for now. But yeah, this is way, way better. And it's way more expressive. Now I gotta actually finish this melody. Master Sword asks, Ben, have you ever heard of Animusic? Sounds kind of familiar. Did that record? No. Why didn't it record? Oh, because I know why. Because it's a keyboard input. It's not right. You do an actual record. How happy I am with that one. I messed that one up. Whoa! No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. that. If you hit Z, it squashes everything, and I don't know why. But Control Z does undo, of course. Let me try this again. Okay, so we've recorded that, which is nice. I gotta finish that melody. Yes. But I want to listen to the whole thing again here from the beginning. Medicant asks, what do you think about hybrid setups, VST and hard synths? If you can get it to work, that's great. If you want to make hardware part of your sound, go for it. But in my experience, I find hardware to be much too finicky to work with, to like fit into my workflow. As you can see, like with like this melody, I didn't even have to finish it. I'm just like sort of messing around with it as I go, and then I like added. After I recorded it, I added like the expression with the mod wheel on my keyboard, and I didn't have to like re-record. It just fixes it in real time. But if you have like hardware synths, it's a little bit harder to do, and it's not always going to work the way you want. Hey, Sfax, glad you could make it. Unfortunately, we're probably going to wrap this up soon, but thank you for coming anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Hardware synths, not my thing. As much as I love, like, touching actual hardware. Like, I love the Roland Gaia, and I even got one for a while because it was so well designed. But, like, it turned out that it couldn't sync MIDI properly because they decided not to implement that. It couldn't receive MIDI data, receive MIDI clock data, so you couldn't actually synchronize it with your workstation. So it was just like, well, I couldn't actually use it as part of my workflow. And that's usually my experience, is that like you get lots of little annoying problems and they don't work very well. So I just stick with everything with software. It's a lot cheaper, it's smaller. I just have this tiny studio space. I don't need a huge room for it all. And I don't have to lug anything around. So yeah, I think a hybrid setup could be really awesome if you get everything working perfectly. But in my experience, it's such a pain in the ass to do that. It's probably not worth doing. Oh, these, that's what was confusing me. These got bigger. Oh, that melody. I gotta fix it. But not today. I think today we're gonna cut it here for now. Thank you everybody for coming by. Got more people than I expected. I thought it was gonna be a pretty slow day, but 30 viewers. I'm glad that I could have this cool show for you guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask them right now. But yeah, this has been really cool. And yeah, I don't know, the folders are pretty cool. I guess it makes it a little more readable to the audience, which is really what it's there for. No game stream tonight, Captain Geo, but I will be streaming on Tuesday. I'm going to play some more Quake. We're going to continue the Quake playthrough. Yeah, we got friends coming over. We're doing a movie night, so no live stream. But yeah, Tuesday Quake live stream. It'll be awesome. Recursion, I don't have any other comments right now, but I will. If you want, I could give it another listen, or I can. You can send me another version of it later. Rewind Mike, actually, this is a good question. Asks, can I use a computer keyboard to make music with this program? Actually, yes, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's just there as I think last resort. You should just buy a cheap keyboard. You can get decent small ones for $100. Just save up for that and get that. Yeah, I'm glad everyone liked it. Hey, Aratasami. Got some other questions. Did you play the new Doom? Yes, I did. I finished the new Doom, in fact. I loved it so much I played it all in 3 sessions. What's the easiest software you'd recommend most for newbies? Cubase or... I wish I had a good answer to that. There isn't really any good newbie-friendly software other than... I would say GarageBand is the best way to start if you have a Mac. If you don't have a Mac, then in that case, I don't really know. Yeah. I wish I had a good answer for that, and I will keep doing research until I find a good beginner audio workstation. Captain Geo asks, where did you go to music school? I did not go to music school. All my music stuff is self-taught. I went to a 2-year trade school program for audio engineering where I recorded rock bands. But that's the extent of my professional training. If you look below, there are lots of links to my site and my Ask.fm. You can get a lot more information about my setup and career advice on my blog. Go through my Ask.fm page because there's tons of stuff there. Yeah, you can get a lot of information there. And yeah, just keep coming to the streams because I answer lots of questions there too. So yeah, okay, I hope that answered everybody's questions. That was a lot all at once. Information, yeah. But anyway, yeah. Glad you guys liked it. I will be back on Tuesday. Would you still recommend chip sounds? Maybe. Although that Super Audio Cart is probably better, I would say. I think you should get Super Audio Cart instead. And so I think someone asked about Super Audio Cart, and I have not used it yet. But I'm guessing it's probably much better put together than chip sounds. So if you're gonna spend money on chip stuff, probably get Super Audio Cart instead. All right, everybody. I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you on Tuesday for some Quake 1 live streaming. It'll be probably just me playing. Anyway, all right, everybody. See you later.